Hi, kids! Welcome to another episode of Miss Erica's Crazy Costume Catastrophe. This week, Miss Erica is dressed like Thomas the Tank Engine. Kids, be sure to read John 20 this week with your families and explore all of the cool things that Jesus is saying and doing together as a family. Parents, you can find ideas for how to explore John 20 in your parent email. All right, let's get started. First, we're going to explore where we're at in our Big Bible timeline. Remember, we're looking at the 40 days of Jesus' life after he rose from the dead on Easter Sunday. If you remember, we learned how first a few of Jesus' disciples, Mary and the other Mary, discover that Jesus is not in the tomb. And then Jesus meets a few of his disciples on the road to Emmaus, like we learned last week, and then appears in a house with most of his disciples and shows them that he's alive. But one of his disciples isn't there, and that's what we're going to learn about today. I got my friend Esme to read this story for us from John 20. Esme has an amazing costume. Check it out.
Hi, my name is Esme, and I'm wearing my silly dinosaur costume. I'm going to be reading John 20. Jesus appeared to Thomas. Now Thomas, called Didymus, one of the 12, was not with the disciples when Jesus came. So the other disciples told him, "We have seen the Lord." But he said to them, "Unless I see the nail marks in his hand, and put my finger where the nails were, and put my hand into his side, I will not believe it." A week later, the disciples were in the house again, and Thomas was with them. The doors were locked. Jesus came out, stood among them, and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here. See my hand? Reach out hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe." Thomas said to him, "My Lord and my God." Then Jesus told him, "Because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed." Bye.
Thanks, Esme. Here we see in John 20 that Jesus is spending time talking to Thomas. Thomas is one of Jesus' disciples, and he's been following Jesus for 3 years. Thomas has seen Jesus do miracles and ministry and crazy things. But Thomas has also seen Jesus die on the cross. And so when the other disciples tell Thomas that Jesus is alive, Thomas has some serious doubts. Jesus doesn't get mad at Thomas for his doubts. Jesus shows up and spends time with Thomas so that he can help answer Thomas's questions and concerns. Jesus shows Thomas the holes in his hands and his feet so that Thomas can see that Jesus is real and he's really alive. Jesus spends time with Thomas so Thomas can believe in Jesus and know who he is. Sometimes we have doubts about Jesus too. Maybe you are still exploring who Jesus is. Maybe there have been some things that have happened to you that were sad or scary, and you're doubting whether Jesus is still good. Maybe you're curious or wondering what it will look like if you make Jesus your king. What will Jesus ask you to do? Will it be scary or hard? Or maybe you've already made Jesus your king, but you have doubts about what will happen next. Will Jesus protect you? Will he defend you? Will he keep you safe? We can all have doubts about Jesus, and that's okay. Jesus is okay with our doubts. But just like with Thomas, Jesus will show up, and he will show us who he really is. Jesus wants to know us, and he wants us to know him. He wants to be in a relationship with us. And so he's okay if we're curious or confused or we ask him some tough questions. This week, I want you to spend time with Jesus, and I want you to write down or tell him 3 questions or doubts that you have. It's okay to bring those things to Jesus. Sometimes we just keep them hidden in our head like they're closed up in a little box because we don't want anybody else to know that we're confused or curious about who Jesus is. But Jesus says it's okay to bring those things to me. He wasn't mad that Thomas has doubts or questions, and he isn't mad when we are either. So this week, spend some time talking to Jesus or writing down 3 questions or concerns or doubts that you have about him. And then just spend time with him. Listen to him, let him speak to you, and let him show you that he is who he says he is. All right, guys, it's been so fun hanging out with you. Thanks for watching another episode of Miss Erica's Crazy Costume Catastrophe. All right, guys, don't forget, Sunday at 10:30 a.m., we have another family large group. It has been a blast exploring God's Word with you, and this Sunday we're going to be exploring John 20 together with our families. I'm excited to see you there. Have a great week. Bye.